Greetings, I'm online and I'm on the air, bringing you another art blog, because I strongly believe that it's blogging time. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get blogging. Okay, so here's the thing. I got this old tablet PC. I've had this thing forever, for the better part of the decade. I got this thing before the first Surface tablet came out, when tablets first hit the market, and I mean the tablets, not those convertible laptop ones where you just swivel the screen over. It wasn't like one of those ones. Like the real tablets. Like, I could tell you some stories. Like, we've really been through it. But as such, it's getting kind of old, showing its age, and I'm not the kind of person that would abandon a piece of equipment just because of that. You know, I'm the kind of person that I would do it if I hit some sort of a crippling, debilitating bottleneck, and the only way around the bottleneck would be to upgrade, or if the device ate the dirt somehow. Basically, I use these things to death. Like when I get one of these electronic devices, the plan is for the thing to last me the next 10 years. I don't want to upgrade this. I don't want to upgrade anything for at least 10 years. It needs to last me 10 years. As I was saying, the tablet's showing its age. It's already gone multiple major repairs. The warranty's been expired for some odd number of years, for a few years now. If this thing breaks again, that's it. There's no fixing it. I have to get a new one, a new tablet. I'm actually surprised it lasted as long as it did. The screen actually started flickering on me, and experience has taught me that's a surefire sign that it's reaching its life expectancy. The last time it conked out on me, I actually lost some documents. I just wasn't able to recover them, and yeah, those were some important documents. Remember guys, save all the time, save repetitively. It's really important that you save and back up your work on a regular basis. But even if you're trying to save and back up your work regularly, these kind of things can still happen. It's really unfortunate. So, if I were to get another tablet PC, which route would I go? Actually, I ended up doing a bit of research a while back on the best tablet PCs for technical artists, kind of like myself. Artists that love to draw and use their device for other technical things. And of all the tablets I've looked at, I find the best ones for doing art stuff are one of these three. A Surface tablet, one of those Wacom tablets, and a Samsung tablet. I mentioned one of the Apple devices, but I'm a PC user, and as such, many of the applications that I generally like to work with aren't available on Macs. Also, Macs tend to be a bit more expensive, and I'm not particularly convinced that Apple hardware specs are any better than the specs on any other type of device. So, yeah. Sorry to all you Apple lovers out there. I take into consideration those three devices because of their functionality, and they also tend to sport superior hardware specs. More hard drive space, RAM, processor, etc., stuff like that. Now, the Wacom tablets have the Mobile Studio Pro, the most basic Mobile Studio Pro has about 128 gigabytes of data storage, and it costs like 2.5K. It's pretty expensive. Personally, I wouldn't want to pay that much money for a device like that, but hey, I'm not rich, so maybe you are. If you are and you want to buy me something like that, I'm just saying I wouldn't say no. So yeah, Samsung used to have tablets running Windows OS. I don't know if you can find one now, but if you could, well,
and now, check out this.
The last Samsung Windows tablet that sported similar specs and prices as a Wacom, well, actually, their flagship Windows tablet PC did, so that sort of tells you how their other models would probably compare to, like, less storage space for virtually the same amount of money, basically. Yeah, less storage space. That's kind of important to me when I'm doing a lot of artwork. I need a lot of space that I can store that artwork. Yeah, I know what you guys are saying. Oh, why don't you just get an external drive? Why don't you get an external drive? So yeah, the Surface tablets, well, based on my research, they basically set the bar in hardware specs. I don't think you can find another tablet PC on the market that can support a terabyte of hard drive space. So those ones cost well over 2.5K, so yeah. Even if you were to compare the performance of these machines, there's actually a difference between specs and performance. Like, two systems can share similar specs but perform differently. It all depends on the way the system's like set up. There are a lot of different moving parts. I found a chart a few years ago comparing how the different systems perform as computational devices, and according to the chart, oh man, I wish I had this chart. I wish I'd saved it somewhere. I wish I saved it for this blog. It was quite insightful. According to the chart, the Wacom Mobile Studio Pro scored dead last in terms of computational performance. The Samsung was square in the middle somewhere, and Windows, again, set the bar. Wacom devices are basically designed to perform a specific function: drawing and doing art stuff, basically. As such, much of its computational functionality gets sacrificed to do that well. And you can do other stuff too besides art stuff, but I don't know how to properly describe it. It's not as good at it, it's not as efficient at doing other kind of computational work as other devices. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, you can do it, just not as well. Samsung, it's a Korean company. I don't think they really care about the North American market as much. I mean, they care, but not as much. You know? I mean, if they did, I think they would hire people to work at their stores that were a bit more competent and knowledgeable about, like, computers and, well, their computer products. And because there's actually a story there. Man, I got lots of stories. Where was I? Yeah, they just sort of branch out into North America, wherever they think will make the money. They have the money and the resources to build tablets that would perform just as well as Microsoft Surface tablets, or perhaps even more so. Like, my first tablet was a Samsung. It came out before the first Microsoft Surface tablet came out, and it was actually a bit more functional than the Microsoft Surface tablet, so that says something. But if there's no money, we're just gonna forget about it. Does anyone remember the Samsung ATIV 700T? The first Samsung Windows tablet PC? No? Why? Money. They forgot about it. How about the Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro S? Advertised as the first Samsung Windows tablet PC. This is a lie. No? Why? Money. They forgot about it. I'm getting a little sidetracked. I apologize. As I was saying, I did a bit of research on what was available, and I kept finding Microsoft Surface Pro sets the bar in terms of hardware performance. The biggest issue with their machines is they're designed to be like Swiss Army knives, which means they're supposed to be good at doing everything, which means they don't really excel at anything. It's the whole jack of all trades and master of none issue. As an artistic tool, well, it can do the job. It's got the specs, it's got the performance, it's got the power. But they're just not really tailored for doing art stuff. They're not tailored for doing that kind of work. I find drawing with them to be extremely awkward. So, in order to accommodate for that, you gotta look for specialized accessories and stuff to make drawing with them less awkward. Drawing on the Samsung, it feels nice and it feels natural. Drawing with the Wacom, same story. It feels nice, it feels natural. That's what they're designed for.